10 Great Financial Advice Books. We're all trapped pursuing possibilities and looking for ways to make money to fulfill our personal aspirations. Be it a heroic, altruistic aim like transforming the world, the modest beginnings of earning bare requirements, or the lofty ambition of becoming obscenely wealthy. We struggle to spend a few hours away from the racetrack in this spiraling world of demands and wants. And even when we do, we frequently wind up taking a stroll on Twitter, Facebook, or even watching a movie on television. But did you know that processing voice or images puts less strain on the brain's biological systems than reading does? The benefits of all this mental activity are strong memory and quick learning abilities. The brain, like any other muscle, has to be worked out. Am I asking that you pick up some fiction or romance books? No, perhaps your pursuit of financial success leaves you with no time to accomplish that. The good news is that I've prepared a few books for you that will help you strengthen your financial plan and become wealthy. Unlocking your own business potential will only happen if you put what they teach into practice, which will involve your mind in the aforementioned mental activity. Without further ado, let me share with you my list of the top 10 books that will make you wealthy. Book number 1. Thomas J. Stanley and William D. Danko's book, The Millionaire Next Door, has a Goodreads rating of 4.5 out of 5. Since its initial release in 1996, this book has sold over 3 million copies. The IQ of America's millionaires is examined in the book. The title of the book was inspired by occasions where a person lived next door to a millionaire without the glitz and glamour of wealth. By carefully examining various individuals, their income, and their consumption, it methodically investigates the 7 secrets of these wealthy billionaires. The writers make an effort to clarify fundamental concepts, including how to tell if you're affluent, how to calculate your net worth, how wealth is passed down through generations, and investing strategies. The fact that this book is based on a 10-year study and uses statistics and real-world examples is what appeals to readers. It demonstrates that acquiring long-lasting wealth, rather than having a high income, is what makes one wealthy. Unexpectedly demonstrating that the majority of America's millionaires are first generation, dispelling the stereotype that most people acquire their money through inheritance. The book outlines the 7 qualities of millionaires who acquired their money in each of its individual chapters. 1. They are living within their means. 2. Individuals uphold financial independence while displaying restraint and bragging about their social standing. 3. Time, energy, and resources are allotted. 4. As the author refers to the act of parents providing wealth to their children, their parents did not give financial outpatient care. Number 5. Their grown children can support themselves. Although it tries to show that the wealthy think that financially supporting their grown children may be harmful for the young people, this chapter is debatable. Number 6. They are proficient in identifying market opportunities. Number 7. People make the appropriate career decision. Despite the book's age bias critique, I still think it's a worthwhile read because it emphasizes concepts like frugality, conservation, and economical consumption. The line, "The foundation stone of wealth accumulation is defense, and this defense should be anchored by budgeting and planning," is my favorite quote from the book. Book number 2. S. Clayson's The Richest Man in Babylon. Who hasn't read or heard of this fascinating book? Well, if you've heard of it, you already know that the hype is well-deserved. This book, which offers personal finance guidance and is now recognized as a classic, was published in the 1920s, making it possibly the oldest in the genre. Perhaps the popularity of the book is due to the author's literary style, which uses a fable to convey his message and is set 8,000 years ago in Babylon. In just 144 pages, The book offers financial advice and explains how and why people become wealthy. The diction is simple, yet the message is strong. The book organizes the parables into broad themes of guidance, particularly the 7 cures and the 5 laws of gold. For instance, according to the first rule of gold, gold cometh gladly and in increasing quantity to any man who will put by not less than 1/10 of his earnings to create an estate for his future and that of his family. And according to the first cure, start thy purse to fattening. They both recommend saving 10% of your income each year to gradually amass money. It makes sense, in Clayton's opinion, to raise your savings over time to roughly 50% more. He refers to saving as paying yourself first, and excessively spending money as paying others. In other words, who would you choose to pay, you or others? Book number 3. Vicki Robinson and Joe Dominguez's book, Your Money or Your Life. Do you feel at ease around money? Is your life complete? Do your career, your spending, your relationships, and your ideals all make sense together? If the answers to these questions, which are included in the prologue of the book, are negative, then you should probably read this book. Quite unlike other books on personal finance, Your Money or Your Life focuses less on how to accumulate riches than it does on how to change one's relationship with money through a 9-step process, demonstrating that the most of our financial issues are related to a lack of life direction. Robin and Dominguez aim to promote the life-saving ability of detachment for money. Therefore, they advise better management as opposed to working hard to increase income. Although the book's final chapter is where the true practical route to financial freedom starts, the earlier sections act as a strategic foundation to broaden your thinking and direct you when realigning priorities. If the writers want you to take anything away from their book, it should be to accumulate enough wealth to enable you to stop working whenever you choose in the future. Book number 4. Jack Bogle's Little Book of Common Sense. If becoming wealthy is your aim, as it is in this book, investment should be high on your list of things to do. The Little Book of Common Sense teaches a very logical approach to investing and was authored by the founder and former CEO of the Vanguard Group, the second largest provider of mutual funds in the world. As he writes it from the standpoint of an investor, it elaborates on the methodology of index investing that Bogle formed the Vanguard Group around. The book opens with a parable before discussing how most people have rational exuberance, stating that many investors are avaricious and only consider where the money should go to bring in more, which causes enterprises to fail. He offers valuable advice on concentrating on the lowest cost funds that cover the entire market throughout the book. In just 18 brief chapters, each of 10 to 20 pages, he offers advice on how to select funds as well as important funds that an investor should be aware of. It offers a comprehensive description of a straightforward investment approach that is easy for the average person to understand. This book is intended for you. Book number 5. Robert Kiyosaki's book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. No one can dispute the popularity of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which sold over 32 million copies worldwide and spent 6 years in a row on the New York Times bestseller list, despite the author's advocacy of dubious legal get-rich-quick schemes. The father who dropped out of high school and is wealthy, and the father who has many degrees and is destitute both provide life lessons throughout the book. The wealthy father teaches 2 children financial lessons by drawing on their own experiences. He helps them realize that deciding to become wealthy is a mental choice that must be followed through by starting a business and making investments. To help you see the subtle differences between the rich and the poor, Kiyosaki employs the attitudes of both rich and poor dads. The book's lessons can be summed up as follows. The rich make money work for them, whereas the poor and middle class incur expenses on liabilities. How much money you are able to amass is more important than how much money you make. Having a high income does not automatically make you wealthy. Financial literacy is crucial. And finally, the most important lesson. The most powerful asset is your mind, which determines whether you would be wealthy or not. Book number 6. Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon wrote this book during the Great Depression, when there were many changes to the globe. But more than 80 years later, the ideas still hold true. It continues to be his best-selling book, having sold over 120 million copies as of this writing. The following are some key ideas to remember from the book. 1. It's important to have mental mastery, which entails overcoming all of one's worries, doubts, defeatism, negativity, and other negative emotions. 2. Specify objectives and the time and date of the event. 3. Make a decision and take sensible actions to fulfill the goals. 4. Hill advises reciting your goals out to yourself as frequently as you can, preferably in the morning. 5. Assemble a team of knowledgeable professionals. The author refers to this group as your mastermind. 6. Be ready for failure, but recognize that it is a necessary step on the road to success. 7. Regularly engage in self-reflection and self-improvement. The book provides a thorough description of this as well as its 13 money-making principles. This book has inspired many people, including Oprah Winfrey, so why should you be any different? Book number 7. J.L. Collins' The Simple Path to Wealth. If there was one thing that Collins spent more time on than actually writing his book, it was planning how to write it in a way that would appeal to his readers. The author comes out as more pragmatic because he offers a straightforward strategy for accumulating riches. According to Collins, saving 50% of your salary is the best strategy. If you're trying to develop wealth, the earlier you can start saving in your career, the better. Collins states, save enough for FU money. Collins holds that you may and ought to make a stand for your freedom. He suggests at least 50% savings since he believes that you should be free to accomplish whatever you want with money over a longer period of time. 2. Collins advises saving more money on top of your FU money, mostly for investments like the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund. You don't have to follow his investment strategy, but Collins' explanations are simple. And I think you'd enjoy the book's lively and frequently hilarious tone. Book number 8. Tim Ferriss's book, The 4-Hour Workweek. Regardless of how much you enjoy your career, working too much is not enjoyable and can even be frustrating. Ferriss experienced the same emotions, and the plot of his novel is how he managed to avoid this tragedy. The 4-Hour Workweek has sold more than 2.1 million books and been on the New York Times bestseller list for more than 4 years. In the book, Ferriss exhorts readers to improve themselves in order to perform better at work and get the most out of it. He also discusses passive income streams and offers suggestions, resources, and potential strategies for doing so online. The author promotes personal growth because it can increase your income and hasten your journey to financial independence. Ferriss makes it possible to invest money while also encouraging the acquisition of lucrative talents. Book number 9. Michael Parrish Dudell's book, Shark Tank: Jumpstart Your Business. If you're a concept or idea inventor, this book is for you. You don't really need someone to tell you to save, cut costs, and handle money sensibly if you're trying to start your own firm. You are capable of handling money, but that is insufficient. You therefore need a more useful book written by people who have been in your position. This book can practically help you claw your way to financial success. Every renowned billionaire from the ABC television program Shark Tank has made a special contribution to the book. It provides insights into the reality and details of the business world. As a result, this book is for those who want to grow their enterprises into wealthy empires, rather than those who are after personal wealth in the traditional sense. You learn what real-life principles work with the type of business you have, how to create viable ideas, and how to create a business model. Just like it states on the cover, how to grow a business from concept to cash. Book number 10. Damon John and Daniel Pisner's book, The Power of Broke: How Empty Pockets, a Limited Budget, and a Passion for Achievement Can Become Your Biggest Competitive Advantage. Life is a cruel teacher, according to one of Damon John's well-known quotations. For him, being broke was just the test. The teacher loves to give you a lesson after the test. Damon John, best known as the founder and CEO of Fubu, has amassed a net worth of $250 million. Through the reality business program Shark Tank, he has not only created his own company from scratch, but also assisted a number of other companies in doing the same. The book uses his experience launching the fashion line Fubu on a $40 budget and growing it into a $6 billion brand, as well as the experiences of dozens of other entrepreneurs who battled their way to success, to demonstrate how people can push through with little money and fulfill their aspirations. The author of this book does not pretend that being broke is anything it is not. Rather, he portrays it as a power and an energy that, given the right guidance, can help a person develop. In addition, the author tells you what to do with the idea and how to go about it, saying that desperation begets ingenuity. The book delivers lessons from actual experiences by leveraging true accounts of well-known individuals to spread the wealth gospel. Nobody's ever felt this wonderful about being broke due to a book. Grab this book to learn how being poor may work to your favor. There you have it then. These are the top 10 books that will increase your wealth. If you've read them, please share your experience with them in the comments section below. I'm hoping to see you again soon.